All right, hey there, everybody. Want to start this by saying thanks to ETMY on Amazon for sending me these review units. These are the ETMY C65, so Charlie 65. These are non-touchscreen LTE push-to-talk radios that I think would be suited for just about anything. It feels like this is a premium business unit. It feels like something you'd carry for work. It's not that really cheap plastic, the smooth stuff that you get with some of these radios. This is actually textured in some way. Kind of feels like a quality DMR, something like a TYT or MD380 or something like that. Uh, Simple, easy to use menu. First off, let me just go over a little bit about what comes in the box here. I already took these out and did some testing on it. Like I said, I didn't just get these sent to me for a review and never pick them up again. That's not how this works. I actually use the radios that I'm sent. You get two user manuals, just in case one of the radios doesn't continuously stay with you. You can hand off a manual to someone else. Honestly, I don't think you'll need these too much. That's a good thing. You get two of everything. I just threw this back in there. You get they're obviously not on the radio. You get two belt clips, two lanyards, two batteries, two chargers, and two lead cables. I don't remember if the SIM cards were already installed in the units or I had to install them. But I'll look back at my notes, and if I remember to, I'll put it in the description if that matters too much to anybody. So we already know about the TID radio and its ability to use the app to make the channels and all that. And then you can invite people, or people can find your stuff. These are different in a good way from that. I'm just checking something here really quick. There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you create a group by clicking just a couple buttons, and or the same button, you just click a couple times. So when you want to create a group, you hit your middle button, which wakes the screen up. You can then hit it again. That's not going to show up too well, I do not think. Okay, but anyway, you go into groups, which is your first menu right here. Okay, now you got group list. You want to push this button to come down. You can join a group. Get the code for this specific group that you're already in. That's important. When you're in a group, that is the only group you're working with. So all of these menus, like this, is going to give you the code for this group that you're in. This is going to allow you to create another group. And I apologize for that just awful picture there. I'll put some screenshots or something on my write-up on this so you can see it a little better. Whoops. We've been the group list, join group. Here's the code for that specific group. Create another group. Leave this group, which means you can leave the group that you're already in And I do believe it will, like if you have other people in this group, it'll allow them to continue using the group even though you've left. Okay, leave group. So obviously this radio is not the one and to get back, you just long press this for a second. Okay, so obviously this group's not the one that, or this radio is not the one that I've created the other group in. Okay. Yeah, this one I think is. So, yeah, delete members. All right. So under create group, you have disband group. And that'll delete this group that you're already in. So like I said, you have to be already in a group. So you go into group list. And it's going to tell you what groups it has here. I don't want to show those right now. But let's just say you have multiple groups, which is shown right here. Possibly. I don't have great lighting out here in the shop, but you pick the group that you want to work with. Actually, it probably doesn't matter that I share those groups because the only thing you really need is the code to join the group. And then it'll give you everything else you need. So let's just go over this once here. Press this once. Press it again. You're going to be met with groups, members, and settings. We're going to go into groups. Here's group list. And then we're going to pick that group. And it's going to put us in this group. Now, if we want to create another group, now mind you, we're working with the group that we're in. We're going to create a group. And then you hit this middle button again to confirm it. Here is your group and your code. Give that code to someone and they can put it in and join the group. So I'm going to show you how we join a group. So in another radio, what you will do is you get into the channel or the group that you want someone else to join. Click groups. Click join group. Now you put that code in by selecting these, pushing the middle one to go on, go down and up with your menus. And once you put the correct code in, then you will be able to connect to that group. It'll automatically put your radio in that group. So to find the code that you need to give someone, you will take your radio on the group that you want to other people to join. Middle button, group list. If you're not in the channel, you must be in the channel that you want to share with people. Here's join group where we just was. Code is going to give you the code to the group that you're already in. Code is what someone else needs to put in the radio, their radio, like I just showed you, in order to join your group. And here's all the info for that group. Now this group's not, I'm not going to keep this group, so I don't care that I show it. Which is the beauty of it. You can just do these on the fly. The problem, and it's really not a problem, it's just a bug to me. I wish, just the same way you input the code using these with and selecting the numbers. I wish you could do that with letters, so you could rename the groups right here on the radio. Now, I've already asked ETMY, who the customer service is phenomenal, by the way, just great customer service. I've already asked them a few questions about these radios, which brings me to my next point about these, which makes them better in the long run for anyone who wants these and doesn't need them for fleet management. Like if you own a business and you want some radios like this, and you have Global-PTT or something like that, that you, the business owner, pays the bill for, and you can manage the channels and everything. This is more for everybody. Usually I'd recommend these for a couple different, I might say these are good for family use or for business use, but this I see kind of all around use cases for. Number one, the build quality is great for what I've seen. And these are, I believe, $158 a pair, shipped from Amazon from right here in the U.S. The ability to do this, call someone up or shoot them a text message and say, hey, put this code in, join a group, this is easier than the OD Master app. The only problem I see with this is not being able to rename your groups. That's the only thing I ask for, is if possible, let us rename the groups here. We don't even have to worry about an app. These do have an app, but I haven't been able to get it to work. On it, you don't really need the app for these. I guess that's got a button over here. And again, forgive me for the bad light here in the shop. Push the talk button. Over here, you got your accessory jack. I believe it's a Kenwood 2-pin. It is 2-pin Kenwood. They don't say these are waterproof or water resistant, but I don't think I'd be too afraid to use them in a light rain or something like that, as long as everything keeps closed. This is actually a volume and on and off knob. And to charge, you charge it right there with the included cable 2 for radio. Not much on top here. So they are coming out with a GPS model. That I believe that's what they told me, which I think like I said, these were sent to me to review, and I'm as a long-term review, so I'll be keeping these, I'll be using them. I see myself buying me another set of these, which brings me back to the other point I was trying to make about how easy it is to make a group and get someone into your group. If my friend were to go today, buy a set of these on Amazon, these exact radios, and he controls everything of the radio and everything himself, I could call him up, he could call me up, shoot me a text message or whatever, give me that code, and we're in business, right there. That's all it takes. It's it. No yearly fee for these. No yearly fee for these if for the life of the radio and for the life of the SIM card. So what happens after? Well, after, if you ever need a new SIM card, then if you want to buy one from them, I believe the SIM card cost is $15, and it's $15 per year for that other SIM card, which is still lower than, a lot of the other ones that are $25 or $50 a year. Even if you had to pay $15 a year for this, the simplicity and the operation of this is good enough to suffice that $15 a year price tag. Bad part about the SIM card, I don't know if they will be, but right now they're not. Just make sure yeah. So just looking at notes. Right now they're not available on Amazon. So the SIM card is going to be subject to you ordering it from them overseas. Not a huge deal. Don't think I would go through that. I think I would just buy an IoT SIM here if I had to go through that. But think about it. How many times do you ever really have to replace a SIM card in a smartphone? So I don't see that being an issue. That being said, you don't have to worry about a yearly fee with these unless for whatever reason you decide to use your own SIM card. This has 2 SIM card slots. Or you, for whatever reason, you need to replace the SIM card. And at that point, I think I would just shop around and buy one around here. There's no platform fees, even if you use your own SIM card from the get-go. There's no platform fees. Some companies will say, it's free for life, but then hit you with, just to use our servers and our back end, it's $20 a year. These don't have that. And like I said, this is the best feeling, heavy duty ish, because like I said, it's not an $800 Motorola or anything. But I could see these being used in a business setting because it's that textured, what you would expect a radio to feel like. This feels DMR like. So it feels a lot better than the other ones on the market. And for the price for 2 of them, you really can't beat it too much. Like I said, the only drawback I see, and I wish that you could do, is rename those channels from G-numbers to something alphanumeric. And I wish you could handle it right here on the device. If that ever happens, then these are probably going to be a game changer for a lot of people. Because I do believe this can do up to 200 groups. And I know there's places you buy a radio from them, they put you in this, it's like a nationwide LTE CB radio thing. You're in there with a bunch of other people. Think of you being able to surpass all that, the third party, the middleman, and do something like that yourself with these radios. Granted, it would have to be these radios, which I assume these radios will work with other ETMY LTE PoC radios that are coming in the future. I've put up a few shorts of these, and the views have far surpassed what I thought there would be. So, like I said, I can't really recommend these enough, and I can't recommend them for one industry or another, because I think they really hit the sweet spot between the two, especially being able to set up your own channels, get rid of that channel, keep that channel, do whatever you want to do, have people join you for just a day, if people have an event or whatever. These are built like business units, but I think the hobbyist, the consumer, the end user, it would really find these just absolutely amazing. Not only for the build quality, but that simplicity for that, being able to do those groups that way. I've never seen that before. I hope I see it more. But like I said, that's the ETMY C65. And a note about this means good connection. Before it connects really good, or if you lose connection, I think that flash is pretty rapid, uh, which is another thing. I think these, in my opinion, are you know, geared toward that end user and all that. Could you use these for businesses? They feel like they should be used for businesses, but I mean, the ability just to buy a pack of these, open them, do what you do what you got to do, and then connect with a friend who already has these radios or something, and then they control their own radios, you control your own radios, no third party, no middleman. This is the way to go. And I do see myself buying a pair of these. Like I said, these were sent to me for review, for long-term review, and that's what I intend to do. I didn't just unbox these for a video or to get a free product. This will be used and used well. And if anything changes, any long-term things, you'll be updated. Like I said, I think they could be improved with that being able to rename the channels here on the device itself. That would be a good improvement. But other than that, I really don't see anywhere that it needs too much improving. Low latency. That's the problem I have with the TID radio. I have a G100 and an M15. The latency from the beep to when you can actually start talking is probably 2.5, maybe 3 seconds. If you don't look at the indicator on the bottom of the screen that tells you can speak, or you're not paying attention to that transmit light on the top of the TID radios, you're going to cut off half of your conversation. And the weird echo that it has, and I don't mean echo from two radios being close together. The TID radios, like they, for lack of a better word, it's if you say 10-4 or copy or something at the end of your transmission, you're going to hear like that twice. You'll hear like copy or something. It's hard to explain. I'll do a video on it comparing the sound quality and everything to that as well. These don't have that. These have great audio quality. As soon as that beep is over, you can start talking. Of course, give it a second or two. Well, just a little bit of time, like right here, I would click, start talking to me right there. As soon as you got that click when it comes in, or the beep when you're ending your conversation. So then I would just start talking right there, and I know the other radio would get it. They're not in the same group. That's why you don't hear it. But a TID radio, you gotta really give it some time at the beginning and at the end. I don't know if that's due to their back end or just the way those radios work. May not be a deal breaker for some people, but if it is, and you're looking for something new, something a little heavier duty than that, something that you don't need to rely on an app for making or joining groups, right here. I can't recommend these enough. And like I said, I think they really fill that gap between the ones that are dedicated just for business or corporate use, and these that I think really shine in the consumer hobbyist market or area, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, those are the ETMY C65 push-to-talk LTE radios. More on these to come. I just wanted to hurry up and not hurry up, but I just wanted to put out a long-form video, trying to get, I don't have a script, I just got a couple notes I just jotted down just to get the main points out there. But really, really amazing radios. Not only in sound quality and build quality, but like I said, those groups, I know I keep coming back to that and how easy that is, but if you could rename those groups on the device, wow, then that would be a a good, that'd be that'd be great. You know, that would be better than the TID radio having to do all that through an app and everything, and you wouldn't have to go through third parties, whatever. Um, Control it all yourself. So that's the ETMY 4G LTE C65. It puts out some more videos on this. Any questions? Put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. I know this has kind of been all over the place, but there'll be more to come on these. So thanks for watching.